Hi, this is a video for the 2005 Cobra Hiss DTC. It's actually just a Cobra Hiss. I don't know which version this is, but there's been quite a few versions. Um, so you would have to go back and count them all up. But the reason I call it a DTC is because that's to let you know that this wasn't a vehicle that you could get in the stores. Um, this is actually from the DTC line, which is basically an acronym for direct to consumer, because even though G.I. Joe was doing well, in my opinion, and maybe a lot of other people's opinions, because they released animated cartoons, and I'm talking basically for the Cobra versus G.I. Joe line and Battle Troops, and Valor versus Venom. So they were just doing a lot of publicity for the toys, and you hadn't seen that since, um, you know, the original line when it was canceled in 93 to 95. And then all of a sudden, G.I. Joe was going to be only a DTC line, which is direct to consumer, and you could only get it through Hasbro. I don't know that it was Hasbro's toy shop at that time. Maybe it was. So, um, yeah, I think the real reason is not that G.I. Joe wasn't doing well. I think G.I. Joe, um, they just wanted to get another version of G.I. Joe out there, and instead of having two lines of G.I. Joe competing with each other, they decided to try just one line at a time, because even when you have a 12-inch G.I. Joe, I think most of the time it's just a larger version of the same character. It's not different characters competing with different characters, but um, for whatever reason, they took the 3 3/4 inch GI Joes off the shelves, and that got us DTC. So direct to consumer Hiss tank is pretty cool. I just noticed this. I have the actual driver that came with it. It's a Night Creeper version 10. Yes, he is missing an arm, but I'm pretty sure he came with it, but I don't see it in there. So it's always interesting, finding out what vehicles have what figures, and then, oh wait, his arm's broke. How'd that happen? But anyway, so it does have a little sticker console in there. It is kind of molded pretty nice. It's got the seat. I like the fact that the um, canopy is made to look like it's both glass and steel of some or metal of some kind. It's got all this red all over it, and I think that's supposed to be mud or clay maybe, because that would be an awful lot of blood if that's what it's supposed to be. I like the big, large Cobra symbols. There's one there, one here, and then there's kind of a cross and skull symbol right here. I'm not really sure what that's about, because usually that stands for a different segment within the Cobra ranks. So I don't know if there's really a rank that insignia would be that. So I'm not sure why that's there. The missile pods up here are removable, and maybe that's because maybe they had to do that in order to mold, the actual turret and it. I think some other thoughts was the fact that this is different and that it has missiles, and usually the Hiss tank has gun turrets. So these do go up and down. I was noticing when I was first trying to do this video that if you push on the button right here, it fires both of them at the same time. Yet, even though I am missing one here, there is another one that goes there. And I noticed with this side, if you push this down and you fire it, it fires one at a time. So that's kind of cool. Too bad they weren't able to, in my opinion, have this be the same there, because I like actually the idea that you can fire them separately, and that's not the missile that goes with it. Anyway, so this kind of has both the Hiss, look to it, original Hiss, and then it also has a version of the Hiss 2 transport. And by that I mean that it does have doors that open up, and you can see there's room for 2 people on this side. That door wants to come off. And there's also room for 2 figures on this side. And actually these do stay up. I don't know why the other door is being weird. And so it's kind of cool because, you can get the figures in and out. They can jump, let's say you just have them in there sideways. They could be adding more gunfire to the fight. And then I do like the fact that the doors open and they close. And they also have this part here. I wish this opened up and down just, to be more realistic, I guess, but it doesn't really need to. And they're easy to get in and out. So you could have 4, or you could maybe even shove 1 or 2 more in there and have 6 in there. But yeah, the other thing that's pretty cool with this Hiss tank is it has these guns down here on the bottom. And if I can get them out, they actually have little handles on them, so that's kind of cool. I don't know why you would need them, but should something happen to the tank and you're brave enough before it blows up or whatever, you could grab a gun and continue fighting. So I like that. I like when the designers put a lot of little things in the vehicles. So I guess I'll just show you a look around it. And it does have treads, but I think with all his tanks and most vehicles that come with treads, the treads are never able to move independently. It actually rolls on wheels down here. Anyway, so that is a video for the 2005 Cobra Hiss tank, DTC for direct to consumer. And then this isn't the original one, but this kind of gives you an idea of more what the original used to look like. So you can see this is a lot beefier. It's a lot more armed. And again, it kind of makes sense, usually technology gets better. So I know a lot of people really like the original Hiss tank, and I don't see anything wrong with it. But it is nice to have this one because it's got a lot of the same features that the original, or, this sculpt did. And then it also throws in some of the Hiss tank 2, version 2, I can't think of the word right now, but features, and then it also adds its own with the firing missiles separately and together, and the gun, and the kind of metal and glass looking turret. So anyway, thanks for watching.